It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Indianapolis as the Pacers go up against the Boston Celtics. Looking at Boston, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. This team has so many weapons late in games, but perhaps the biggest of them all is Kyrie Irving. Shaq, do you view Kyrie as the most clutch player in the NBA right now?
I wouldn't say the most clutch, Ernie, but his biggest shot was his 3 in the 2016 finals. I think it cemented him as one of the most clutch players we have, but not the most.
No, not the most, but it's too early in his career, but he is clutch. You give him the ball, he makes things happen. And not only with his shot making, Ernie, his passing ability now is increased. So he makes great passes and clutch shots.
The game is about ready to tip off. Let's send you to Kevin Harlan for the call.
The buildings of Indianapolis are location tonight, framed against the beautiful nighttime sky. Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast of the Pacers live from Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA? Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. You look at the Celtics. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and pad their win total.
This is a team with high expectations, and they don't end with the regular season.
And they've been every bit as good as expected, Greg, rolling through the regular season, and they're gathering momentum as the postseason grows closer. I would say they'll be dangerous again in the playoffs.
And before we get going, let's catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, who had a chance to speak with head coach Brad Stevens. David, what do you have to say?
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an outstanding effort from his players at the defensive end to come out on top. Let's see if that's the effort they get. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Clark, assess the center position right now in the NBA. And I'm talking about elite centers and their place in the game.
Well, the center position has changed, Kevin. You don't have a lot of back-to-the-basket centers anymore. More of the big guys are stepping out and are more like stretch fours than traditional big guys. What you have in the center position now typically are rebounders and rim protectors. Not many dominant scorers on the low block.
And so off the tip, it's Boston. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Brown and Hayward out on the perimeter. Horford is out there with Monroe. And it's Irving in at the 1. Here's Young. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Horford. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And, you know, really, guys, Brown is very talented at knocking down shots, even when getting hit.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
On defense, the Pacers. It's a three-point game. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
And what stood out to me, Greg, was the aggressiveness. I mean, it seemed like they just were eager to get it done, wanted it a tad more than the other team.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Now here's Hayward. 14 points from him the last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
And guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Yeah, and you know it, Greg. Oftentimes you get that first one to drop and your confidence rises like yeast. It's good to get into a rhythm at the start of the game, no doubt.
Now here's Oladipo. Greg Monroe unable to get his shot to go. Collison kicks to Oladipo. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. They get it again. Horford kicks to Monroe. Pass to Horford. Tries again. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
Turner with a screen on Irving. Collison against Irving. Collison kicks to Turner. Rejected by Monroe.
That was terrific defensive awareness from Monroe, knowing where to be in order to come up with these rejections.
Oladipo for 3. Indiana getting another chance here.
Sound positioning of Monroe on defense there. A big body who really asserts himself with a lot of energy to annoy shooters.
Young with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Oladipo for 3. Another miss by Oladipo. The Celtics shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Brown dishes to Irving. Bogdanovich against Hayward. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Turner with the steal. Collison gets a wide open look, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Collison's got his second bucket of the night. Irving passes to Hayward. Here's Horford. Again, the miss by Horford.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Rejected by Monroe. And stolen by Horford. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
And Indiana making a change here. Robinson's checked in. Brown with it. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Scooped up. Horford. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And I really like the uniqueness of Al Horford's game. I mean, he's a big man with a versatile skill set. He makes threes. He can score inside. He defends. He's a guy that is an inside-out matchup problem for most.
That's good from Horford. And as we get this far into the season, Clark, we start to hear trade rumors float around. Did you ever hear your name floated in trade talks?
You know, I didn't pay a lot of attention to news reports or the media. I would only occasionally read the paper, but there was a year, my second year in the league, where my name came up with Philadelphia possibly, but it was short-lived and I didn't give it a lot of time or attention.
And Al Horford drops them both.
And Al Horford just so versatile. You know, that extends to the defensive end as well. Very mobile, can move his feet with smaller players, and at the same time gives you a presence on the interior.
Now here's Turner. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing. And it's sent back by Horford. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And the jam by Hayward.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Irving against Collison. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Collison inside. Rejected by Monroe. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Irving's got the ball. That one goes. Count it. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Boston.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
From 15 feet away, and that one off the back of the rim and in. And Horford won't wow you with his athleticism, but Greg, he's still a pretty good shot blocker.
He has great timing, anticipation, and awareness. Don't forget also, he's got terrific hands, and you see that with all the steals he racks up.
Collison kicks to Young. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Young's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Irving. A 29-point game for him in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Man, the defense of Turner is astounding. I mean, he positioned himself well to come up with a lot of blocks.
And he comes up with the deuce. Robinson's got his first points of the night.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Horford no up.
If you're a pro, you got to drain that shot. I mean, doesn't matter who you are, the defense left him wide open. Pros make those.
Robinson for 3. Drills it from outside. Robinson's got 5 points so far.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
Irving against Collison. Irving's shot is good.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Irving against Collison. Turner with a screen on Irving. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a big front office change for the Pacers over the summer. Cause for concern?
No, I don't think so, Kevin. Very experienced hands are taking over, and I think it'll be a relatively smooth transition for the Pacers.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one falls for Collison.
And the Celtics trade for Kyrie Irving, sending shockwaves back in August. Never before had a pair of 25-point-per-game scorers swap teams in the offseason. That's what you call a blockbuster.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Sabonis, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Trevor Booker comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's Joseph in for Bogdanovich. And he makes both free throws.
And no doubt Irving and IT, both elite offensive weapons. But Irving, 6 inches taller, perhaps more defensive upside, and 3 years younger. The Celtics feel he fits their timeline.
Now here's Smart. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Now here's Collison. Here's Joseph. And Baines pulls it down.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Goes back up. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Indiana.
And they've been avoiding those deep threes. They're capable of knocking those shots down from long range, but so far they've really been reluctant to let it fly from that free throw line extended 3-point shot.
Here's Rozier. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Misses it from 7 feet out.
Now, the defense was far from awful. However, he's still got to make these shots, in my opinion.
Robinson for three. He can't hit that time. Now Boston takes it the other way. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of run.
Celtics trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The dish to Smart. There's a screen. The feed to Baines. Got a hand on it. Here's Collison. And Boston with the rebound. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, Greg, and I think it complements the starters when you can have such firepower coming off the bench.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Boston's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Smart with the ball. Picked up by Collison. They need this one. Oh!
Man.
And not a next-level athlete, but Morris has the ability to face up and beat his man off the dribble.
Outside Collison. Lock at 6. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Now, here is Morris. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here's Tatum. He can't get that one, and Indiana will come the other way. To the paint, it's stolen by Morris. 13 feet away. Kept alive. Baines. Good D by Booker.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Robinson, that's good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
To the left side wing. Smart with the ball. He's against Collison. Puts it up from 15. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Here's Collison. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Celtics trail by 8. Now Tatum. His last outing, he had 8 points. They set the pick. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. Morris, no good.
Not a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around.
Now here's Joseph. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn. Here's Sabonis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And the Pacers have lived on mid-range jump shots for sure.
Yeah, they've got guys who can make them now. I mean, nevertheless, the way the league's going, it's hard to score in an elite level without getting more threes and baskets at the rim. I mean, it's pretty clear that threes and paint points are how you survive and do well in the league.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Sabonis.
I look at Sabonis as a terrific stretch 4. He's a guy who can play either power forward or center, and he has excellent length and a nice touch.
Lance Stevenson's checked in for the Pacers. And he can't hit the second.
And you look back to that Big Three era in Boston, you know, the Celtics have not been shy about aggressively trading to reshape this roster. You know, they've made a rapid rebuild that's really the envy of a lot of teams around our league.
Outside Robinson. Out to the wing. Sabonis with the bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Morris inside. And there it is for him.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
And so it's Indiana bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll return shortly. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They also haven't been afraid to take it strong to the hoop early on tonight. I like that.
Here's Joseph. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Corey Joseph is out there with Oladipo. Then there's Trevor Booker. Then it's Lance Stevenson. And it's Sabonis in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Oladipo misses. Celtics trail by 7. On the wing, Morris. Drops in the tray. Morris has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Celtics.
And the one thing about Morris, it doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for him.
Here's Joseph. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
One shot.
And that one misses. Clark, when you look around the NBA, is there one point guard you wish you could have played with in your day?
There's a bunch of them out there, Kevin. I mean, Chris Paul is so good at orchestrating the offense and getting his guys good quality shots on a regular basis. Steph Curry is underrated, I think, as a passer. His shooting spaces the floor so well. Damian Lillard is outstanding. I think John Wall would be a lot of fun to play with because of his speed and his ability to create opportunities just by getting into the lane. So those are 4 guys that I would have loved to hang out with.
And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Rozier, and the wide open shot from Morris. A 3-pointer off the mark. Stevenson kicks to Oladipo. Booker in the corner. And the Pacers can't get it to go. And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Pacers. Turner comes in for Sabonis. And it's Young in for Trevor Booker. And then for Boston, Monroe's checked in for Aaron Baines. Gordon Hayward comes in for Tatum. And Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier. And they call an illegal screen here.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Oladipo. He's around 18 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library. He lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
Stevenson dishes to Young. To the middle. Stolen by Monroe. Hayward on the wing, down low. It's tipped. Stevenson against Hayward. The leaner, and it's Stevenson missing.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket. Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin, rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
Here's Smart. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Smart's got his first points of the night for Indiana. They've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Stevenson kicks to Oladipo. Turner with a screen for Oladipo. Right wing. The 3 from Joseph. And the Pacers can't get it to go. The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Screen by Monroe, looking to end his cold spell, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And with all the talk about Kyrie coming to Boston, you still have to figure how he'll fit in to the team. Has this year and next left on his contract, player option after that, but with his scoring and shooting, should make this offense even more potent.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And when you put a player of Kyrie's ability into this Boston system, you have to expect good things. Irving does so much for himself and others. The longer he plays with the team, I think the more comfortable he'll become.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Corey Joseph. Now here's Oladipo. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
Here's Irving. After the made shot from Victor Oladipo, Irving passes to Hayward, picked by Horford. Hayward against Bogdanovich, and it's sent back by Turner. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Here's Irving. Pacers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Oladipo. Some solid defense there from Irving. Boston's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Brown dishes to Irving. Another miss by Irving. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. The shot by Turner, no good. The Celtics shooting about 33%, not happy with their play on that end. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
The Celtics have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. And he knocks down the first one. Clark, in your rookie season in the NBA, did you ever have a welcome to the NBA moment? You know, a play or a sequence where you were brutally introduced to how unforgiving the NBA can truly be?
Yeah, how about my first night out? Spencer Haywood ran me in circles, and I shot 2 for 17, scored 6 or 8 points, and he was in my head from the very beginning. Thankfully, the Pacers won that game because it was a forgettable night other than that. But Spencer Haywood, even to this day, when I bump into him, reminds me of how he disrupted me and distracted me in that first game of my rookie season.
The finish and the jam by Hayward.
And if you're not defended or unmarked, Monroe will find you. Terrific vision from the big man.
Turner with the screen. That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Stevenson.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Now here is Horford. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. 6 to shoot. On its way from Hayward for 2. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And Indiana shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No. If anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, Bogdanovich played for 10 years in Europe before coming to the NBA. Just now coming into his prime, but he's got a lot of pro experience.
And so he makes both from the line.
And, you know, with Nate McMillan taking over the Pacers last season, their offense was much improved. He had a good stint as a head coach in both Seattle and Portland, but there was some slippage defensively with the Pacers, and now it's about striking the right balance between offensive prowess and defensive improvement.
Boston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And the Pacers, Clark, looking to up the pace. In some ways, that made McMillan a surprising choice. His teams in Portland, for instance, some of the slowest in the league.
Well, their pace actually went down some, Kevin. McMillan is accustomed to going small with shooting big men, and that certainly fits.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And here are the Pacers now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
You got to keep an eye out for Oladipo from downtown at all times. I mean, he's a sniper from outside.
Irving against Oladipo. They get it back. Monroe out to Hayward. Boston again missing. Pacers leading by 3. And Oladipo, here we go, finds the open look, and it's on target. Oladipo's got 7.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Monroe with a screen on Stevenson. Round kicks to Irving. And Horford wide open. He shoots. No good, unable to end this run. The Pacers shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Oladipo against Irving. A 3 from Stevenson. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here's Irving. He's got 8. That one goes in. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Turner with a screen on Hayward. Bogdanovich passes to Turner. Bogdanovich against Hayward. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. He got right to the cup using that screen. He has 7.
On the attack, Bogdanovich showing his ability to put it on the floor.
Boston with the ball, trailing here by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
A nice shot by Irving.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you've got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
Indiana making some changes. Booker, he's checked in for Young. Robinson comes in for Lance Stevenson, and it's Collison in for Victor Oladipo. Boston also with the sub. Baines is checked in. Now here's Brown. He's got 5. He dishes it to Irving. 5 to shoot. Over Collison. Irving can't hit.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Scooped up. Goes back up. Robinson dishes to Turner. For the 3. And Collison gets it to go on the assist by Turner. And that's 13 points for Collison.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
Now here's Turner following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Collison kicks to Turner. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And it's a 10-point Pacer lead.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. And Clark, if you're a player on a cold streak, either in a game or over a couple games, does that tend to stay with you and get in your head?
You know, it's been so long since I played, Kevin. I would like to think that it didn't with me because the games came so fast. You're playing 3, 4, 5 times a week. You don't have time to loiter on a good game or bad game because the next one is on top of you. So I typically was able to get on to the next play within a game and to the next game after the prior game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
Now here's Collison. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Nets in Brooklyn. There's a minute 47 left in the first half. Here's Rozier. He's covered by Collison. Here's the screen. Smart kicks to Tatum. Here's Baines, and it's Boston with another.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot, Greg. It's definitely given the defender something extra to think about.
Now here's Collison. He's got 13. Feeds to Booker. Here's Sabonis. The kick out to Collison. The pass to Robinson. From outside, off the mark.
And I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit too.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
The drive by Collison, swiped away. The Celtics have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. The first one falls.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Good on both.
And anytime you think about the Pacers, it's really hard to forget their recent dominance in the East now. I mean, in 2013, they were 1 win away from the NBA Finals. In 14, they earned the #1 seed in the East, and then it kind of snowballed south since then.
Takes a shot at the elbow. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds in this game. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Indiana leading. Here's Booker. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
The defense did not do a good job guarding that one, Kevin. Don't know how he missed that layup.
Morris with the bucket.
Yeah, I like how Tatum surveys the floor. Great at looking for his teammates, especially when they're open.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Indiana out in front. They're up by 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exciting first half indeed. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny, the Jet, Smith, and Shaq, the Eel O'Neal. Darren Collison is having one of those nights. He ended up with 15 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. If they can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Darren Collison really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. And Indiana shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. Horford is out there with Hayward. And it's Monroe in at the 5.
Really good alertness from Young there, who was in perfect position on the catch and shoot.
Picked by Horford. Monroe with a screen on Collison. Dishes to Hayward. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Now here's Collison. Passes it to Turner. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That one on Monroe.
Boy, I tell you, Turner is a dominant force who imposes his will on whoever is on him. But what you have to like and respect is his work ethic.
First trip to the line for him here.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
And that one falls for Turner.
You know, so many people were surprised at the Kyrie Irving trade, but throughout the decades, Boston's been unafraid to pull the trigger. I mean, they moved up to number 2 to draft the great Bill Russell, moving back to number 3 to draft McHale, add Parrish, assembling the big 3 for a championship, then dismantling that big 3 for all those unprotected picks. This is an organization that stops at nothing to try and win titles.
Now, here is Irving. Screen by Monroe. Off the screen. Tries again. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Darren Collison.
And, you know, there's no question about it. Hayward is an exciting player and an athletic forward who can really, really score.
You know, thinking about Kyrie's legacy here in Boston, this is a town that cares only about championships. That's how his contribution is going to be measured. And only time will tell if he can walk in the shoes of the greatest players to ever put on a Celtics uniform.
Free throw good from Hayward. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And Gordon Hayward has increased his scoring average every season he's been in the league, and couple that last year also a career high in offensive efficiency. The guy is just a budding superstar.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. There's the pick. Brown the pass to Irving. Clock at 6. From deep. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And Gordon Hayward has worked on his strength, but also his balance, adding boxing, Greg, as you were talking about, to his off-season training.
Yeah, great point. I mean, the strength, the balance, and footwork make him a great slasher. This guy gets in the lane and just has a knack for working himself to the foul line.
Jumper off the screen, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
Man, he's just a fundamentally sound player. I mean, Greg Monroe is somebody who sets picks really well, and because of that, he makes defenders feel like they're running into something other than just a basketball player.
Here's Young, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And Turner kicks to Young. Pass to Collison. Indiana moving the ball around. Launches it. Bogdanovich, no luck. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Kicks it to Irving. And it's sent back by Turner. Collison dishes to Oladipo. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Oladipo very aggressive when he's driving. I mean, the defense doesn't know what to do with him other than foul him in many cases.
It's his first trip to the line.
And he's at 73% this year at the foul line. Adequate, but not spectacular.
Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh.
First free throw is good.
Oladipo's become a very efficient combo guard, somebody who can score the ball at a high clip as well as get the ball to open teammates when necessary.
Second free throw, no good.
And the Pacers really have been one of the more consistent franchises in the NBA over the last 15 years or so. They've not won fewer than 32 games or drafted higher than 10th since 1989. That's a pretty impressive run of consistency.
Now here's Hayward. He's got 9. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Irving against Collison. He feeds it to Bogdanovich. And stolen by Hayward. Here's Monroe. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And when Monroe has the ball, he's a real handful. I mean, he's skilled at drawing contact on the shots, and he's a good passer.
And the Pacers always find a way to hold their own, but still searching for that first NBA championship.
Yeah, you know, it's tough for every team, but in a smaller market, they don't feel they can afford to totally tear down the roster with a full rebuild. Indianapolis, as great a city as it is, not a free agent destination, so that makes it tough to build a title contender. You have to do it primarily through the draft and smart acquisitions.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
You know, Greg Monroe's a very talented big guy out of Georgetown. Is more comfortable facing up to the basket and can hurt you with the mid-range game, but also a pretty strong rebounder and interior defender, too.
The Pacers making a change here. Stevenson's checked in.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
And for Monroe, he was shifted to the bench role in the past season, coming in as a 6th man after spending most of his career as a starter with the Detroit Pistons, and it was a new role.
And you know what, Kevin, a new role that I think he flourished in. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. He's shown the ability to be effective as a starter or OTB coming off the bench. You know exactly what you're going to get from him every time he steps on the floor, and that's valuable for a coach.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Irving. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Irving's got the game tied up here for the Celtics. Oladipo outside. Here's Bogdanovich. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And a wide open look for Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Now here's Bogdanovich. He's got 7. Here's Turner. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Turner's got his second basket of the night.
I tell you what, Turner just has a beautiful touch down on the block. I mean, if you get the ball where he wants it, he'll deliver for you.
Horford the pass to Irving. From outside, off the mark.
He's still looking for his first 3-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
Oladipo for 3. Hayward grabs the board. The Celtics have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. In the corner, Horford with it. Hits it from 3-point range. Horford's got 6 in the quarter.
Guys, this doesn't look like the same team defensively we saw in the first half. I mean, they're flat as day-old pop.
Turner with the screen. And Oladipo kicks to Young. 11 feet away. Oladipo misses.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Outside Irving. He kicks to Horford. Hayward outside. The shot by Irving. They get it back. Tries again. And it's Brown missing. Pacers trail by 3. Here's Bogdanovich. Knocks down the 3-ball. Bogdanovich has got 10 points in the game.
And the quick release of Bogdanovich, he gets rid of that ball in a hurry.
Brown with a screen on Oladipo. Pass to Brown. And here is Irving. He's got 19. Back to Brown. Monroe with a screen on Turner. And here's Brown outside. Goes back up. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Young's got 4 rebounds in this game. Stevenson outside. Young dishes to Oladipo. And there's the feed to Turner. Back to Oladipo. Over Irving. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Hayward can hit.
And the defender was very apathetic there. Fortunately for them, he missed that mid-range jumper.
Young passes to Stevenson. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. And they take the lead. Bogdanovich has got 5 points in the quarter.
On the perimeter and on the inside, too. Bogdanovich able to put points on the board.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Turner. Trevor Booker comes in for Young. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Joseph in for Victor Oladipo. And it's 6'4", 220, Marcus Smart with terrific strength for a combo guard, Greg.
I mean, he can just flat out bully most guards and even hold his own against the bigs. Beyond, though, that physical stature, it's his mentality that makes him special. He's a fire breather, just the type of player the Celtics look for.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Good on both. Joseph with the ball. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Outside, Robinson. Stevenson outside. Here's Sabonis. A second chance effort. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Here's Rozier. Morris outside. Pacers with the rebound. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Deep 2 from Robinson. Here's Booker. Stolen by Smart. Rozier kicks to Smart. Hits it from three-point range. Smart's got 5 points now this quarter. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
For Indiana, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Boston's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Morris a screen. Shot off the pick. Again the miss by Morris. The Pacers have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Stevenson left side. Sabonis, the pass to Stevenson. Get that out of here. And that'll be Indiana as as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Four on the clock. The three from Joseph.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Smart kicks to Rozier. They set the pick. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. And oh, here we go. Joseph's got it. The fast break chance. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Smart. Off the iron that time. Indiana leading. And it's Joseph in the corner. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
And it's Baines missing. Pacers shooting 37% so far in the third quarter. And they're not satisfied with this lack of offensive execution. Shot, high post, and they pick up 2. Tatum's got it all tied up now for Boston.
You got to respect the basketball IQ of Tatum. I mean, when the defense is not guarding him tightly, he's going to shoot that ball off the catch.
Now here's Joseph. D right on him. Stevenson setting the pick for Joseph. Rebounded by Smart.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now. And with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. Darren Collison, he's checked in for the Pacers.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. Indiana trailing here. There's 57 seconds left in the third. Joseph, that's good. Joseph's got 7 points in the game.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Smart kicks to Morris. There's the screen. The dish now to Baines. Stolen by Robinson. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. We've got 28 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now here's Joseph. Guarded by Smart. Joseph, that's good.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Now here's Smart. He's guarded closely. Feeds it to Morris. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 15.
Being aware there, excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
Third quarter comes to a close and a battle brings it to a tie. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Celtics shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Robinson is out there with Booker. And there's Collison. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Sabonis in at the 5 down low. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And he comes up with the deuce.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
Understands his role, does his job, and he did it right there, Greg. The timing couldn't have been better.
There's a bonus. Back to Collison. Outside Robinson. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. That's 10 points for Robinson. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Now here's Smart. He dishes it to Tatum. Now the pass to Baines. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. That shot no good. Now here's Joseph. Guarded by Smart. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That one on Smart. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Pacers.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
And he can't get the first one. Craig Monroe. He's checked in for Aaron Baines. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, but at least he's getting after it on the backboard, but got a little carried away on that one.
Well, he knew he was going to get called for that one. I mean, that was simple. You can't use the guy in front of you as a stepping stool.
Here's Rozier. Screen by Monroe. And the basket by Rozier.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Booker. Sabonis kicks to Booker. Outside Collison. Rejected by Monroe. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Rozier. Here's Morris. From down in the low post, it goes.
You know, I don't think it's ever too late to make a sweet dime. I mean, even if you're halfway through your shot, you might find a better one for a teammate.
Now here's Collison. Now here's Joseph. Booker dishes to Joseph. Over Smart. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Now Tatum from deep. Second chance shot. Monroe. It's rebounded by Indiana. Robinson's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
The Celtics with the lead. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Smart. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. The Pacers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Booker the pass to Sabonis. Booker inside. Monroe on him. He used that pick to get in close. Sabonis has got the game tied up here for the Pacers.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Morris outside. Dishes it to Tatum. Monroe with a screen on Robinson. Boston again missing. For Indiana, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Booker outside. Outside Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Passes it to Joseph. Over Smart. Off the left rim and out. Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. lays it up off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 2.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Sabonis. Young comes in for Booker. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Glenn Robinson III. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Corey Joseph. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk to his team during the break. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Collison kicks to Young, and that one drops.
Young has no problem knocking down a jumper from that range if you give him space.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Irving attacking. No good that time. So Indiana will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. The kick out to Collison. Young in the corner to take the lead. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Boston trailing. And here is Irving. Monroe outside. On the wing, Brown. Celtics passing it around. Clock at 4. Boston, no good that time either. And Indiana shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. Collison against Irving. Collison dishes to Turner. And the Pacers another 3.
Really like it when Turner squares up from outside because he's got a sweet stroke, and because of his size, hard for defenders to get to the shot, and it also stretches the floor, which is good for his team.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
And Greg, you know that's never a bad idea to be the aggressor. I mean, what a ball game we've got going on here, guys.
One shot.
While some are still speculating as to why Kyrie wanted out, the reality is, and it's this case with all great players, he feels like he's good enough to be the man on a team that can contend for a championship. And you might question how he went about it, but he's basically been a pro in his approach, and now he's got the chance.
Well, you could just see Young there, keeping his head up and staying aware of that play to get the assist. That's keeping your eyes on the game in front of him.
And there is going to be a lot of discussion over Irving's decision to want out for a long time. And what he does the next few years may end up defining his legacy. He is all in on himself, and it could pay off huge or fizzle out.
And that one misses. Celtics trail by 4. Horford high post. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
A top-notch post game is just one of the ways Horford helps his team. One of the more important ways, though, is because he's a tough matchup down low.
Now here's Oladipo. And finished off by Oladipo.
Thaddeus Young getting in the way of the defense there. Really solidly done on the screen.
So it's Boston now. Irving with the ball. Picked by Horford. With some arc. Irving can't hit.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Irving. Hayward outside. Picked by Horford. Tries it from the top of the key. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Young's got 7 rebounds in the game. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And Turner kicks to Bogdanovich. Back to Turner. Shoots over Monroe. The shot by Turner, no good.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Brown outside. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Young's got 8 rebounds in this game. Oladipo outside. Offline with his 3. Celtics trail by 6. Outside Irving. Screen by Monroe. Up off the screen. Hayward. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And that's now 11 points for Gordon Hayward.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Now here's Collison. Pass to Young. Back to Collison. Here's Oladipo. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And the Pacers lead by 6.
And you really can't fault the defense at all there. I mean, just got to give credit to Oladipo. Sometimes better O outshines decent D.
Hayward against Bogdanovich. Here's Irving, and he banks in the layup. Irving's got 24 points.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Now here's Collison. And Turner kicks to Collison. Ball's knocked loose. Irving with the steal. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Now just a 2-point Pacer lead.
And you talk about clutch plays. I mean, defensively and offensively. And we saw it right there.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. And the Pacers call time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Darren Collison.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Indiana's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Kicks it to Young. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. That one on Horford.
Boy, Thaddeus Young stepping up in a big way at a critical time. Well done.
That one, this is for Young.
And you know, as good as Young can be in the open court, it doesn't quite carry over to his free throw shooting.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. That one's not going to go. Hayward with some nice D. Here's Irving. A shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Irving's got 11 points in the quarter.
And Irving is super aggressive on offense, constantly looking to shoot the ball. I love his mentality.
Here's Bogdanovich, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. And so he drops them both. It's a two-point ball game.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
Here's Monroe. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 7th assist in the game.
You know, Monroe's eyes light up whenever his team is looking for a key basket, just taking control of the possession and dominating whoever's in front of him.
Now here's Collison. Screened by Young. Here's Oladipo. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. Oladipo's got 9 points here in the second half. Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. There's a good screen. Picked by Horford. And on the way from Irving for three. Nails the tray.
Kyrie Irving has simply caught fire.
56 seconds left in the game. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Turner with the screen. Collison the pass to Oladipo. And right away they answer with a three-pointer of their own.
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Electric in here. I mean, that was a tremendous shot, but this crowd all over it, turned up.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 2. 41 seconds left in the fourth. Marcus Smart's check in for Boston. Here's Irving. Now here's Oladipo. Guarded by Smart. Oladipo dishes to Collison. Turner with the screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bogdanovich. It's good.
And how about the confidence Bogdanovich displayed there? This guy's a clutch shooter who loves being the man when the spotlight's on.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're behind by 4. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Whatever it is, got to be fast. I mean, can't waste any time at this point.
Here's Irving. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Here's Oladipo, and finished off by Oladipo.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Greg. I mean, they're in a groove right now, up big, hard to envision them losing this lead.
So it's Indiana picking up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Darren playing very well again tonight. Looked like you really were in a comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, I started feeling it and want to be a little more aggressive. So, I just want to be myself and just be out there and be aggressive and help my teammates get this win.
Well, you did all that you could to get the W tonight. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.